We'll get started. Coach Keeler, if you'd like to give us a brief opening statement.
Yeah, excited about the season coming up. You know, we have 22 of our 24 starters back. I brought two of the best players in the country with me today. Jared Johnson had a phenomenal year last year, rushing for just under 1,000 yards and throwing for about 3,200. And P.J. Hall was possibly the most dominant defensive player in the country as a redshirt freshman. So, you know, the funny thing is when we checked in yesterday, PJ couldn't get a room by himself because he's only 20 years old. So fortunately, Jared came along with him, and he's 21. But I have a junior and a sophomore along with me. So we actually have a pretty young team that we're pretty excited about. And I think we have a great challenge in front of us because this conference, I think, stacks up to be one of the better conferences in the country.
Okay, Jared, would you give us a brief statement about the upcoming season?
Like Coach said, we're all excited to be back this year and start to get this ball rolling. We have a lot of people coming back, only losing a couple starters from last year. This year we have a greater challenge, like me and Coach talked about yesterday. We're not going to sneak up on anybody this year, and that poses a greater challenge for us, but we're ready to get started.
PJ, your turn. Thoughts on the upcoming season?
Exactly, just like Coach Keeler and Jared said, pretty excited about the season, how it's going to be. We have great chemistry, and we're just ready for the season to start.
Okay, we do have wireless microphones on the floor, so if you have a question, please raise your hand. We'll get you the microphone, and if you'd identify yourself and your news agency.
Gene Schallenberg, Huntsville Item. Coach Keeler, can you talk about entering in the second year with Sam Houston and also in the Southland Conference and kind of what you learned about the league from seeing it firsthand last year?
Yeah, first of all, you know, we opened up the season with Eastern Washington last year, and 18 of the players that started that game didn't even go through spring practice with us. So we really were a work in progress last year. We feel obviously a lot better right now where we are, the way the team came together and the great finish we had. You know, I was really impressed with the conference. You know, at the top, I think we're as good as any conference in the country. You know, we found it to be a great challenge as we went through the season. And I think this conference is going to be just as exciting this year as it was last year. A lot of really talented players coming back. It's a conference that has great coaching in it. And, you know, I just was really impressed with just the whole way the conference was run, from our commissioner through how the officiating was. Everything was just really first rate. So this is a great conference, and we're proud to be part of it.
Jared, this question for you. You know, after last year and the run that you guys had, especially at the end of the season and winning, I believe it was 6 out of the last 7 games to win a share of the conference title and then go on to the semifinals and upsetting a pair of national seeds. How do you guys feel as you guys prepare for this upcoming season and now with a lot of attention, you know, picked to win the conference again and probably be pretty high up in the polls once that season starts?
Well, I think with a lot of us coming back and going through what we went through last year, we understand that what got us there was taking it one game at a time. So, you know, we have our major goals and win the conference and get to a national championship, but right now we'll just focus on the 5th of September and beating Texas Tech.
PJ, what about for yourself? You know, especially the start you got off last year. You know, a little banged up at the beginning of the season and at the end a little bit. Just how comfortable were you once the season really started rolling and you guys started being more successful?
It was pretty good. Coach Keeler made sure we were all healthy. He did good making sure we had like good practice time, make sure we weren't banging up too much, so it was all pretty good.
Jared, coming into the season last year, picked a little shy from the top of the polls like you guys were used to the previous couple of seasons, and now coming in, you guys got a lot of attention. You know, teams are going to be coming for you. How does it different as far as knowing that you guys are going to be the team that others are going to be circling on their calendars and looking to play and beat you guys.
Yeah, we all know we have the target on our back right now, but that's the challenge we're actually excited about. Last year we came in, like you said, we wasn't ranked as high, and people didn't realize how good we were until we played them. So now this poses a different challenge for us. I don't know necessarily bigger, but it poses a different challenge for us, and we're ready.
Jared, you know, camp's about to start. You guys are gonna be starting up practice next week. What is it for you and I guess trying to maintain your position as starter? There's probably gonna be a quarterback competition. I'm sure that's something that you're looking forward to.
Mm-hmm. You know, it's a competition for everybody. The type of team we have depth in a lot of positions. So understanding going into camp, everybody has to put their best foot forward. Coach is going to put the best 11 on the field at all times. So for me, it's just about going out and doing what I'm told to do and what I'm capable of doing, and everything will work out.
Coach, you had mentioned, you know, 22 of starters going to be back for you, missing just 2 starters from last year. It's a 2-part question. How have you managed as far as the players that you bring in, and you know the talent that you have coming back? If you could describe that a little bit, and also how everything's been working with the summer guys participating in those voluntary strength and conditioning workouts and getting ready for this upcoming season.
Yeah, the great thing is they're not voluntary anymore. I mean, our kids are here, and I have one of the best strength coaches in the country, and I got a chance to watch the kids work out Tuesday, and wow. It was pretty impressive. We're in as good a shape as any team I've ever seen. And we're deep. This is about as deep a team as I've ever had. And there's competition. And I think competition makes you better. I've seen how focused Jared has been because he knows there's competition there. It's at every position on our roster. We have 22 starters coming back, but every position is up for grabs. And that just makes you a better team when you do things that way. So I think the kids are excited. They know that if we do the right things, we have a chance to have a pretty special season. But they also know that we're not going to sneak up on anybody. And they also do understand that what we went through last year, we really had to go through a kind of a mental challenge of focusing on one game at a time and really locking in on that game. And I think they grew from that whole experience. And I saw it, you know, go through the playoffs. And when you look at our player manual and you open up to the schedule, there's only one game on that page, and that's Texas Tech. I don't know who we play after that. The kids don't know who we play after that. And so that's kind of the mentality we're trying to develop. But, you know, it's a good group coming back. We have depth at every position on the field, and there's going to be some great battles in training camp.
How do you tell your team to prepare for the season with all the attention that you're going to be getting this year?
Yeah, I think it's the lessons that you learned from the year before. There's a reason why we were 1-3. And all of a sudden, there's a reason why we made the run we made. I think the kids understand that you can't let all the peripheral things get in the way. You have to focus in at the task at hand. You know, there's only one chance to have a great 2015 season. You get one chance. There's no do-overs. When this season's over, we can't say, hey, geez, I wish we would have, because now it's too late. So I have great leadership on this team. The thing that I'm so excited about going into is not only the talent level, but it's also the chemistry. You know, you stand up on the deck and you look down, watch when the workout's over, and you see the defensive guys touching up the offensive guys and back and forth. And there's a unique bond here. And I saw that as the season went on. I always joked with the guys that at the end of the season, I thought my most valuable job was trying to keep them, you know, off the field after we scored or after there was a turnover, because they were celebrating with each other. The whole thing kind of came together in a special way. And I think those were great, you know, lessons that we learned and how we got there. And I'm just hoping that, you know, we all recognize that we do have a really talented team. And if we put it together, we could have a special season. But there's going to be a lot of obstacles in the way, and we really need to kind of take it just day by day.
Coach Alex Hickey, Lake Charles American Press. I'm wondering, I guess, I mean, you've got experience, you've got depth, you've got chemistry, all these things you're talking about. So what message do you give this team? Because, I mean, it certainly seems like everything's there for a championship to be a given, essentially. And how do you, and I can see Jared's shaking his head, I mean, how do you prevent that from being the mindset?
Yeah, no one's going to give you anything, and we understand that. I mean, you know, we have to take championships aren't given to you. You got to take a championship. And that's a common theme with us, is that if you truly are a national championship caliber team, if you truly can be a team that can repeat as a Southland Conference championship team, you need to take it. And you know, I've seen the hard work that the guys have put through so far this summer. We're hoping that it all translates into just us kind of stepping off where we ended last year and kind of moving forward. The thing I can tell you is that, you know, we're a long way from winning. We were a long way from winning a national championship last year. I mean, North Dakota State got after us pretty good. So we know there's a long way to go. And part of that long way to go is the battles that we're going to have in this conference. You know, we have one of the most brutal road schedules of any team in the nation. You know, we play McNeese on the road, got Abilene Christian on the road. You know, you have Central Arkansas on the road. I mean, we have, and then you have, you know, the neutral site game. So we have a heck of a road schedule in front of us, and we know those things are going to be the challenges we have to meet if we're going to, you know, indeed become the team that we want to become.
Coach.